Hey folks, hey, well, things are a little wobbly because I've got my I've got my GoPro propped up against my laptop screen, and if I bump the studio table at all, it boom, boom, boom. Well, as the title says, bad news. Yeah, I got some bad news. I don't know how this video is gonna turn out, um, quality-wise at all. Um, I don't even know if I can edit it. You might be getting it just pure raw, a raw video without any editing because my desktop crashed yesterday afternoon. I had just posted my last video from my Black Lake camp trip where I met up with Adventures in the Heartland. I had just posted that video, and I had finished the first two videos for Black Lake, or not Black Lake, for Birch Grove, my last campground, my camping trip last week. Well, during the week in that camp, every day I downloaded all the footage, video footage I had from that day. I downloaded it to my laptop. Convenient having the laptop out there in the field, you know. Well, when I got home on Saturday, I downloaded the last of the video I had, except for, I think it was the last two videos of the whole week onto the laptop. I then transferred all those files from the laptop over to my desktop. So the laptop's empty, right? Doesn't have any files from, any video files from that week. They're all over on the desktop. Well, then I started taking all these files. There was a little over there was about 120 gigabytes of raw footage. And I was at the point where I was breaking all that footage up into individual files by day of the week throughout that whole trip. I no more than got that done, and I had to run to town quick. I hadn't moved those files over into my external hard drive for backup. Usually I copy them and throw them in an external hard drive just for backup. Well, I went to town, came back, fired up the desktop. There's something wrong. Something very wrong. It boots up like it's supposed to. And it gets you right to your intro screen. And you enter your password, and then it'll take you to your desktop. I enter the password, and when it goes to take me to the desktop, what it does is it goes to a black screen, and it's got the shadow of the taskbar or the system tray at the bottom, and that's it. There's no desktop. There's nothing in the system tray down in the bottom of the screen. You can't even access it to tell it to shut down. There's nothing at this point you can do once you get to this stage. There's nothing you can do. Now you can move the cursor. So I bring the cursor down out of the screen onto the taskbar down in the system tray. It's got that little blue winding circle telling me it's processing something. I thought, well, okay. And I let it run for 6 hours that way. Still processing, right? So I had to do a hard shutdown. I didn't have a choice. Had to do a hard power shutdown on it, and I did. Tried rebooting it again. Figured, well, it's a glitch, it'll reboot. Oh, same thing. Now this is the third attempt. It won't let me open it in safe mode or anything. There's nothing it'll let me do. And I tried thinking, what in the world could have hit my system? Because I don't mess around on the internet. I don't leave YouTube or Facebook. I don't go to links to different internet links unless they're specifically to a social media like YouTube or Facebook. So, and I don't go to anywhere that's not a well-known established website. So did I pick up a virus? God knows where it came from, because like I said, I'm not a surfer, right? Well, then I thought, what happened yesterday? Anything unusual? The only thing that happened was yesterday morning, bright and early, when I got up and fired the system up, it said it needed to do a Windows update. So it ran through the Windows. It updated Windows. And that took about, oh man, half hour for all of that to go through, for the Windows update. But everything was running fine after the update. But the fact that it locked up like this after the update really has me suspicious. Now I talked to a couple of guys that locally that are computer techs working for a couple of local companies here. One of them said that he's so backed up right now that he couldn't even get to it for a couple of weeks. But he said that he could, he said, I'm pretty sure I could get it running for you again. But he said not for at least a couple of weeks. So, and he said it'll run you a couple $100 or so. I said, okay. The other fella, he told me, he says, well, I can look at it. He says, but just to look at it's going to cost you $100. He said, so you bring it to me. He says, it'll be anywhere from $100 or the price of a new computer, whether I can fix it or not. He said, so it'd be in the middle there somewhere between $100 and whatever you're willing to spend on a new computer. Well, all that did was make me a little more angry, a little more disappointed, a little more depressed. So it's not a, it hasn't been a good 2 days for Sty. Sty's no longer the happy camper. What's going to happen with the channel? I haven't a clue. I've been trying with the laptop to do a stream. Now StreamYards is great because it takes very little CPU usage. But my laptop, literally, just running it, it's almost 100% CPU usage. The minute I try to stream, it's right at 100% and lag and cut out, and I can't get my microphone to work properly. This laptop is just too slow, too old, too weak, too Sty. But if this video went up, of course you can tell then that I could post videos. Well, I can't post Birch Grove videos because they're all locked up in this desktop. And until I can get that desktop running, I can't get to any of the footage for my 9-day trip. Oddly enough, I have I think it's the last two videos from the trip that were still on the GoPro. So yeah, I got the end of the trip, very last video of the trip, but none of the 20 plus videos before that. I mean, all that effort, all that concern over getting the content, just to not be able to use it. I mean, that much of it, to have lost that much. Well, yeah, I could have spent that time fishing or something, I guess, instead of doing video work. I'm trying to stay upbeat about it, but it's tough. This means that I probably will not be doing Around the Campfire. That's tomorrow night. I don't believe I'll be doing Around the Campfire tomorrow night. And I most likely will not be doing Sty Story Sunday. And at this point, I guess I'm announcing also a part of the bad news is live streams are basically off the shelf until I've got my desktop resolved, something resolved where I can live stream. And no, my phone isn't good enough to live stream from. I can hardly watch a stream on my phone, let alone try to do a live stream. No, I don't have a $800 to $1,500 phone. I've got a $100 phone. But the resources just aren't there. I can't just snap my fingers and say, oh, what? Because there is one computer outfit here in town. I called them, but I didn't get to really talk to them. They just said, hey, bring it into us. We'll get right on it, and we'll fix it. And they said, but if you got quotes from around town, they said, you probably need to add 20% to whatever they quoted you, because we do run a little more higher price than anybody else in town. But then they also give you a performance guarantee that you're not going to have issues after they give you your machine back. Well, okay, so that's a good deal if you can afford it. Yeah, but I can't afford to have it actually repaired. Um, and all the advice in the world is appreciated, but it goes in one ear and out the other. I am not computer tech savvy. I yeah, don't expect me to do anything that is in the slightest bit common person complex, because for someone that's a programmer, somebody that's a computer tech, for them, oh, that's easy, that's simple, you just do this, 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 and this, and that, and this, and this. It's no big deal, it's just easy. All right, you've been trained, you've learned, you've got the experience. It's not easy. It's easy for you. It's not easy for the rest of the world. And the last thing I want right now is to be bombarded with, oh, Sty, it's so simple. You just do this, 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 and this, and you're just all, and throwing a bunch of technical terms at me and telling me, oh, no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a turnkey operator. I'm like the housewife that never wants to know even how to put gas in the car. All I want to do is get in the car, put the key in, turn it, and go. I want someone else to know what else has to be done for that car to always be able to turn the key and go. Not everybody's a mechanic, but a mechanic can tell you all the time, oh, that's a simple problem. All you got to do is go take this off and that off, and you got to go to the store and replace this part and put that part in here and do that and this and that. It's simple. And for someone that's never pushed a wrench, they're going, hey, simple my butt. And that's what. Now, if there's something wrong with my truck, yeah, I can put a wrench to it. That I'm a lot more savvy to mechanics than I am electronics. So on the tech side, I'm totally in the black. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. So unless you can put it in baby terms, advice is going in one ear and out the other, because I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't have a clue. I'd be afraid to push that next button. Yeah. That'll F it up worse than it already is. So what does that mean for the channel? Means no live streams until this is resolved. And I don't know when this will be resolved. As far as resources go, I'm looking at least a full month. At least a full month. Members, don't worry, members. Everything on the membership side is cool. I'm still going to try to get member content up. I don't think we can do a member stream now until this gets resolved. But the content, I'll still try to get content out to you guys. Plus your perks, they're coming. But now guess what? Thank God I saved all my emails, because now I got to go back and pull every single email, and I got to go back and look in my Facebook Messenger on certain people, and I have to totally, for the second time, rebuild my mailing list. And I will be contacting those members that have perks coming. In fact, that's one thing I tried this morning, was to get on the Teespring and finalize the perks. And I had a couple other things going on the laptop, and it was too much. Teespring couldn't handle it. It kept locking up. And so I'll have to do that with just nothing but Teespring up and running. I'll do that later today. But you guys won't see me on any streams or anything tonight. or for the next couple of days probably, at least until I can sort something out where I can at least watch the streams and comment. Because when I watched a couple streams last night, tried to comment, I made one comment and it sat there and sat there and sat there after I hit for it to post. It took forever for it to finally go to the chat. I mean, so it was like I was put on an extreme slow mode. So it was hard to even try to chat to people. So why, I could sit and watch. That's it. So I'm trying to get that resolved where I can be a little more interactive, at least be commenting. But until the next time, guys, I'll try to keep you all updated and posted. So don't count on any live streams for the rest of this, for the month of August, unless I get this problem resolved. If I get this problem resolved, I'll post a video saying fixed, and then we'll be back up and running. But right now, Sty's just slamming down coffee and trying to sort this issue out the rest of the day. So keep me in your prayers, guys. I'm just not used to not being able to do what I want with my friends on YouTube. It's tough. And I'm not, I just got to keep my mind off of all of the video work that at this point is lost. I mean, my gosh, whole camping trip. It's all up here. It's all up here. And I had it all right there in the computer. Love you guys. Thanks for listening to this. I'm sorry to have to give you bad news, but I couldn't leave you just hanging, wondering what happened. Why isn't he here? Where's around the campfire? Where's Sty Stories on it? I couldn't leave you hanging that way. I had to get something up. So there you are. Don't tell anybody I didn't warn you. Sty right now is very YouTube disabled. So till later, guys. Again, love you. Thanks for being there. You members, please don't go anywhere. I will be back, and all my efforts are going to now kind of shift to my membership as much as I can until this gets resolved. So until later, guys, please, all of you, I hope you're having a much better day than I am. And all of you stay safe and happy. Bye-bye.